Hey Plannerholics, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my initial setup in my new 2022 planner. This is a Hobonichi Weeks in the soft cover. It has a beautiful teal color on the exterior, and the fabric, it's not really a fabric, but the feel of the cover outside is really soft. It's super bendy, as you can see. I don't know how I feel about this bendy cover for the future because it does not have the lay flat binding, but it's still gorgeous and it's a nice change from my usual Hobonichi Weeks hardcovers. So today I'm just going to be setting up the first quarter, very basic, but so that you guys can take a look at what I usually use to set up my planners. I have this clear cover, I forgot what the name was, but it's so beautiful. And also I wanted to point out that this year I bought my planner from Entropia. This is a stationery store that is based in Barcelona. They carry the Hobonichi line, so it came in very handy as I was going to only order the Hobonichi Weeks, and it seemed kind of pointless to make an order directly to the Hobonichi page just for one planner. This is my life notebook from the Jibun Techo. It's kind of like a perpetual calendar where I carry my birthdays from family members and friends. Then I have these leftover divider tabs. These are monthly tabs from Style Planner Store. I bought a bunch of them last year and I still have some left over, so I'm going to be using that for next year. And then I also printed out the federal holidays. These are US and Madrid based so that I know when I have days off from work, and also because my family lives in the States, I have some notion of when they have days off. And these are just some monthly titles that I'm going to be using for my monthly calendar pages, but we will see that a little bit later on in the video. So first thing we're going to do is just place my planner inside the clear cover on cover. Again, this cover on cover is super beautiful. It has all these little like garden elements and like the unicorn, and it just goes really well with the teal color. I love how it looks, and I always like to put these on my Hobonichi Weeks and general Hobonichi planners because it helps protect the planner itself. I do carry this planner with me everywhere. I put it in my purse, I take it to work, I take it out and about on my appointments, so I like to have it protected well, and the clear cover just does wonders. All I'm doing here is just sticking down this little clear pocket so that I can put in some pictures or whatever in the very front of my planner. This is the 2021 planner that I'm currently using, so I'm just going to basically be copying a little bit of the main things that I'm using for this planner into the new one because it has worked really well for me this past year. So the first thing we're going to do is place the monthly tabs in the weekly sections, just so that I can separate each month in the weekly pages. This is the most tedious part probably of this entire setup. I'm placing them carefully and kind of measuring out the distance between each tab so that they don't overlap. One thing that I do recommend when you're doing this process to make it a little easier is to first stick down the first part of the divider and not bend it backwards, just so that you can see the entire placement before folding it back in case you need to move anything around. And this is the end result once all the tabs are placed. As you can see, they have like this holographic foil. It's really beautiful, and I just think it goes really well, the pastel colors, with the entire planner. And I still have 3 tabs left over in case I need them for anything else. Now we're going to transfer some of the items from my current 2021 planner into the new planner. As you can see, I have this little notebook. This is just like a trigger list where I like to use to brainstorm my monthly tasks. It has a personal and professional, and then I have some collection ideas that I could use for the note pages, and I just like to carry that around. I also have some color coding stickers and a brand new stencil ruler that I use for bullet points. I'm just going to be sticking everything inside the cover, as you can see. And it feels like this planner is a bit more narrow in comparison to the 2021. As you can see, it just feels like the planner opens up if you stick a lot of things inside it. I'm going to try and keep it as simple as possible because I do enjoy a chunky notebook, but this planner is supposed to be a carry-on, so I'm going to keep it as thin as I can. And if you've noticed, the color coding stickers don't even fit, so I'm going to have to keep those outside. I'm planning on using this 2019 Hobonichi pen. I just really love the colors, this white and beige or nude color. It's very neutral. And now we're going to be starting my monthly prep. I'm going to be using the Life Notebook or Perpetual Calendar, whatever you want to call it, from Jibun Techo. This is where I keep track of all of the birthdays, as I mentioned in the beginning. So I'm just going to be writing out the birthdays for the first quarter of the year. After I'm done writing the birthdays, next up is writing out the US and Madrid federal holidays and knowing when I'm going to have days off from work. Now, I'm going to be using these color coding stickers, and these are from the Hobonichi line as well. I bought these last year and I still have a bunch left over. So I'm planning on having the pink color for the Madrid holidays. And I'm also going to be using the green color for the US holidays, and that way I have them separated and I can visually see them at a glance and know which holiday belongs to which country, and that way it's not a whole jumble in my planner. So again, we're going to be doing this for the first quarter of the year, meaning the first 3 months. As if I didn't have enough color coding in the planner, now I'm going to highlight all of these events that I've just written down in the months. So I'm using that pink highlighter for the pink Spanish holidays and that green highlighter for the US holidays. The purple is going to be for birthdays, and this just makes it easier when you look at your page at a glance. When you see these colors, you automatically know what they are. It just makes things a lot easier. Now we're going with a bit more of a crafty part of this setup, and that's going to be placing these monthly titles. I created these using Swift Publisher on my MacBook Pro laptop. This is just a similar program to Publisher if you have Microsoft. So I just found a really nice font online. I downloaded the font and I wrote out each and every single month and then printed them out on regular printer paper. I really enjoy this part of the process. I just love, for some reason, using scissors and cutting things out. It sounds a little silly, but this part just really relaxes me for some reason. That's why I enjoy collaging a lot, when you just cut out and don't think about anything. You can put on like an audiobook in the background or a podcast, or maybe the TV if you're watching like a show or something, and just cutting out little bits and bobs for your journals and planners just really relaxes me. So I'm going to be cutting out, as you can see, the first 3 months. Again, we're working with quarter 1, and I'm going to be putting these in the monthly pages. I'm using a regular glue stick. I always have some random glue sticks around. This one is just from Scotch brand. I don't have any special preference for any brand. This one works pretty well. And I always grab a piece of scrap paper so that I can use it as a mat, so that I don't put glue everywhere. I love this like hand lettering font. I wish I could, I'm practicing my lettering, but if I ever reach the level of having this nice of a hand lettering technique, I'll probably do it by hand. Alright guys, so it was a very simple setup, but this is how it turned out. This part I'm going to be using as like a vision board. I'll probably make a separate video decorating that. I just didn't have enough time in this recording session. These are the first pages, and here we have our month of January, our month of February, and our month of March. As you can see, the color codings are very nice to see. I can easily detect what each event is, and the idea is to transfer all of this information from the months to the weekly pages. Here in the back, I have the notes section that I will be filming probably a separate video sharing what my collections are going to be and what I usually write in these pages. Now we're just going to stick our Hobonichi pen into the pen loop that comes with the clear cover on cover, and I'm going to be reusing my little elastic band from my previous planner into this new one, and we're all set, guys. 2022, you can come knocking at my door because I'm all ready. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already so you don't miss any more of my content. I'm going to try and post one video a week so that you guys have something to look forward to. So I'll see you in my next one. Bye everybody!